Hello, everyone. It's Graham Coath with the second My Music of the Day. You lucky bunch of people out there. Now, just before I speak to Mari about her life in music, her latest tour, her recording, and all of that wonderful stuff, you've got to watch this lovely little video from Analog Trash. And I say you've got to watch it because it's coming up now. Wow, the entertainment factor of that video alone is worth actually tuning in for. But then you realize that you get to hear from the next guest of mine, and that makes things even better. So do support Analog Trash. There they are. The website address is down the bottom, even with a www in front of it. So you realize it's a web address. Go there and you can support all of your favorite independent artists that are on Analog Trash. You can even join their supporters club and get a lovely little card, which is better than a bus pass these days because it actually goes somewhere. Mari, thanks for joining us. Where are you coming from?
Hey Graham, I'm coming from West London.
Now, I knew you were in London, and the reason being is because I've been following you on the said social medias, and you're rather great at doing these lovely little social media posts where you turn up in front of various places and say, this is where my album's going to be next week. And I love all of that. I think it's brilliant. I think my favorite one is HMV. Standing there doing a little happy dance in front of HMV. How many miles did you actually tread to get your album out there?
Honestly, it wasn't that far, and I'm happy enough to do it. It was good fun. I think the furthest I went was Kingston, and I was going to be there that weekend anyway.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Was it a particular record shop in Kingston?
Yeah, Banquet Records, obviously.
There we go. You see, and you knew it off the top of your head. I didn't even have to script you on that. You were there. Did you actually spend a fortune doing it as well? Because if I go anywhere near record shops, I always spend a fortune. So, or did you manage to resist? Did you manage to get around all of these different record shops without spending all of your hard-earned cash?
I did actually. I'm lucky and unlucky in that I don't actually have a place in my home for records yet, like a proper place. So I have no reason to start collecting. But who knows? Maybe someday.
We need to change this, don't we? We need to make we need to make this a priority. So, when we get to the latter part of this interview, and we give out the details so that people can order your album and send you send you into the stratosphere, into number one, so that you sell an absolute millions and millions of your album, and therefore you can buy a castle. And have plenty of room for vinyl. That would be a marvelous thing. Oh,
one way of doing it.
It is, isn't it? It's quite a good way of doing it, I feel. Now, when did you first start making music?
So I would say like this kind of music, about 5 years ago, I would say.
Right.
5 years ago.
Okay, and what kind of prompted you to first start making the kind of music that you're making at the moment?
So I'd wanted to kind of move into pop music for a long time. I'd been doing classical music from uni and from school and from everything. And I just knew my heart was not there. It was in like pop music. So after a few attempts, I entered a competition in 2017 where I was doing some like I was basically playing a song by Jan Tiersen.
Mm-hmm.
I was using a stylophone, and I found a way to kind of record it in a weird, unique way, I think. And then I was picked as one of the winners, and I felt like, I felt a lot more confident, and I thought, although it was a little different to what I'm doing now, I felt like it was kind of a nudge in the direction to keep going and to make.
How did you first come upon the stylophone? Because that is an instrument and a half, isn't it? I believe I've got one somewhere. If I should have had it out really just for this interview, so I could show you my stylophony skills.
Oh, that was so cool.
Wouldn't it? You know, maybe I'll give you a private rendition at some point. But you know, ultimately, I mean, you've got two different types of tone on there. And then you can add a little bit of vibrato, etc. as well. It really is the bee's knees. And of course, there's a little flywheel. If you get the pucker edition, you get the little flywheel on the back as well, so you can actually sort of mess around with the tone there. But what got you into stylophone? Because that really is, you know, did someone buy you one for Christmas, put it in your stocking or something?
No, that would have been a cool story, but it was more a case of like a practical thing. I think I was looking to make electronic music, I think, for the first time. I had a song that I thought, yeah, this will work as an electronic music song. But I didn't know anything much about electronic music. I'd done a bit of music production classes and stuff, but I didn't know much about synthesizers or anything much beyond that. And then I remembered, actually, I do know about this thing called a stylophone. I saw David Bowie, who I was completely obsessed with since I was 14, had this stylophone. So maybe I should get one of those and try that. So
There
I
you go.
went to get it in a shop, and the shop didn't have it. So I went to a secondhand store.
Oh, you got a second-hand one.
I got a secondhand one, yeah.
Even
I got it
better.
for £9, so it was really good.
Yeah.
I got it in a really nice little secondhand store in Hammersmith called X Electrical. And it turned out to be like just across the road from Mute Records head office, where I ended up going to collect my prize from that competition. So it was a really weird moment when that happened.
Wow. And I have to say, I do know that the last one that I got was from FOP. FOP Records. If people are sort of heading that way, and that you sort of Shaftesbury Avenue type way, FOP Records do occasionally stock them as well. So if anyone fancies picking up a stylophone, you know, and giving it a bash, there's a good place to potentially pick up a stylophone from. Wonderful thing. About, as you say, about a tenner. Which is, you know, not many instruments you can say you can start off with a tenor. And you were recently supported by a group of people playing stylophones as well. Is that right?
Correct. That's correct. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's so cool. They were incredible. I was so pleased to have them for the show. I've been wanting to work with them for such a long time. And I had Leah, who was in charge, on the podcast that I've got called Sound of Stylus last year. And then, yeah, it was amazing chatting to her about what she does as well. She's a big David Bowie kind of expert, and she founded the orchestra when in about 2019, which I was a part of it at that point. And then we talked on and off about so long about doing something together as a show. So it was amazing to be able to have the orchestra as my opening act.
It's a little bit like I remember Sam Brown. You know Sam Brown, the singer. That do you know Sam Brown? Famously sort of played with people like Pink Floyd, etc. And she released that famous song "Stop," and then lost her voice tragically. In the middle of her career, lost her voice. But she sort of started up and helped out with a ukulele choir. Or a ukulele orchestra, and that was her thing, ukulele. But there you go. Maybe we could get the ukulele orchestra and the stylophone orchestra together, that would be a great combination, I feel. What a fantastic, kind of very easy to travel as well, I would say, because both of those instruments are quite light and very mobile. So that was good. But you've now developed, I mean, in terms of your sound, you're now using keyboards and things, and you've got this lovely electronic sound to what you're doing, a very poppy sound as well. So outside of David Bowie, who are your kind of influences?
I think this is always a hard question, I think, for artists, but I think for me, I like melodies. Melodies are the most important thing. A good melody is what makes a good song for me. It's what I look for, what I listen for, and ultimately what I guess feeds my creative spirit. And yeah, so but I like a lot of the classic writers like Carole King, and more modern artists, up and coming artists. Let's Eat Grandma, Nelfa. I like Churches. People say I'm a bit like Churches as well. So yeah, but it all comes down to a good melody for me. And
they're very strong on the old melody front, aren't they? Very strong on the melody front, and a strong voice. When did you first discover that you had a voice? Because obviously, playing music, writing music is one thing. Being able to sing it is another.
Honestly, I still have imposter syndrome to this day about
really
my voice. Yeah, honestly.
Just stop it, right? It's fine.
Thank you.
Put that away now. No, it's yeah. No, I understand. Yeah. So, but what? So for you, going into recording is difficult, is it?
Or yeah, not? I think I'm a real perfectionist with it, with everything. So that makes it harder. But yeah, I mean, I've been singing for a long time. When I was little, I was singing in choirs at school, and then I went to music school, and then I had lessons when I was a teenager and onwards. So I've been doing it a while. Yeah.
I mean, so there's the thing is that you as a singer, you learn to sing over and over again within what you do. I mean, I don't think some people listening would understand that, but as you say, if you grow up, I grew up like singing in church and stuff like that as well, and you sing amongst a lot of other people, unless you're doing like A Little Town of Bethlehem, the solo, or whatever, but you sing amongst people, and then if you join a band or you start performing with other people and start performing music, you're singing in front of an audience, and there's a resonance in the room and people are giving you something back. When you then start to record, it's a completely different thing again.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty dead in a recording studio. So do you find sort of learning how to sort of manage your voice in the different situations quite stressful? Or?
Yeah, it's as you say, like every song needs a different approach, needs a different energy, and it's just finding that energy and delivering it exactly the right way each time. That's the challenge.
Tell people that haven't listened to the record, but of course they will. As soon as we finish this, they'll be flocking to download it and stream it and unburden themselves with it. So, but for people that haven't been there yet, what are the sort of things that you're writing about?
So this particular record, it's a big chunk of my life, obviously, because it's the first one. It's kind of got that unique kind of heaviness to it, I think. It's called Love and Other Machines because...
Which is a great title, by the way. Great title.
You've got the love songs, the love aspect to it. You've got the machines aspect or the objects aspect, which is songs, sometimes love songs using like machines, objects to tell the story. And sometimes it's like other things like technology or mental health. So those are the main things.
Yeah. Do you have a love-hate relationship with machines yourself?
I would say so. Yeah. It's an
I think a
ongoing
lot of us do.
battle. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they so helpful. Technology is so helpful in so many ways. The things that we can do with technology is brilliant. It's just when it goes wrong, right? And everybody listening has had days like that where, just one thing after another, that your Windows crash, you lose all of your work, something doesn't go up into the cloud. Have you ever lost a song, by the way? Have you've been halfway through and something's gone and she's thinking like, no, please don't say that.
I hope so. It better not happen now. I'm gonna find something. Touch wood, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, probably like a cover or something. I've had to start again, but not an original song.
Oh, that's so important. I've had artists on here that have lost whole albums.
Oh gosh.
No. Yeah, they've had to start again.
Ooh.
Hopefully trying to remember it all, etc. So, I mean, fantastic album, great cover as well. I love all of the color that you've got going on in everything. Is that part of your energy? Are you naturally kind of drawn to color as opposed to
so much?
Yeah.
So much. Why the world is gray enough? Like, why not just brighten it up, fill it with color, and bring yourself some joy?
Yeah, absolutely. Would you love to get this onto vinyl eventually and maybe have a brightly coloured vinyl, maybe lots of colours, maybe a rainbow? I haven't seen a rainbow vinyl yet. Has anyone produced a rainbow vinyl? That'd be lovely.
I don't know. The cover for my first single had a rainbow on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's actually behind me. It had a little.
There you go. I can see that in the background there. Yeah, absolutely. So.
Yeah.
You might be the person to go for eventually, a rainbow vinyl. I think that would certainly suit. You have a very positive energy that comes out of your music. You say overall you're a very positive person.
I wouldn't say that I am completely, but I'm trying. I try. Yeah, because we have to be, otherwise life is too dull and too grey.
Yeah. What's the ambition for you? What would you like to achieve with your music?
Well, as I said, it comes back to melodies. I think making good music that has good melodies that are memorable, that people enjoy for a long time. That would be a good thing for me.
So success for you is people not being able to get your melodies out of their head. Would that be a good one?
I guess so. Yeah, not in an annoying way, but in a good way.
Not in an earworm type way, but in a kind of like, that song of yours, it's just so, it's got, it's really resonating with me. It's really stuck with me. Yeah. Are you already beginning to get that when you play live? Are you already beginning to get that? Are you getting people approach you and tell you, that not just how much they like your music, but what it means to them as well? Absolutely.
I've had that a lot already since the start.
That's great.
It's really, it's a really special thing. Really special thing. Nothing can compare to that. Yeah, when you've made a difference for someone. Yeah.
And tell me, as someone that was, a Bowie fan and enjoyed Bowie's music, etc. If you could work with somebody, alive or dead, who would it be?
I'm gonna say Joe Mount from Metronomy.
Oh right. Why? You have to tell us why now as well.
Metronomy is one of my favorite current bands, and there's hardly anything they put out that I don't like. I think he's an amazing creative force in so many ways, and I just think it could be cool. It could be really cool.
Oh well, obviously they get tagged into this afterwards, and we try and make those things happen.
Oh my gosh!
You see? Well, no, you can't feel bad about it. It just if it happens, it happens. That may be maybe more likely than the previous episode where someone said Damon Albarn. You know, all of those things are possible. So look, tell people if they haven't already discovered your music, tell people what the name of the album is and where can they get it from. And I feel that you almost got to do it like with the energy of one of your little Instagram videos as well.
Okay, let's do it. Hey everyone, I'm Mari Dangerfield, and my debut album, Love and Other Machines, is available on streaming, on digital download, and from retailers all across the UK to click and collect in store, with the exception of Banquet Records, where you can actually get a copy in the store.
Woo! Masterfully done.
Thank you.
So is the physical copy of this out now? It's available now, so people physically want a CD, they can do it.
Yeah.
And if they pay you extra money, they can have it signed.
I think you can get it from my website. I'll do it for you, signed. So
if you get it, if you ask for it signed from the website, if you just send a little note with your order.
I think I have an option for it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You'll get one signed. And that just, you know, that's brilliant. And you can put that in your collection. And when Mari is, you know, the next Madonna, it will be worth a fortune. But that's not the reason to buy it. The reason to buy it is because the music on there is tremendous, and that's, you know, that's what you would want it. You would never give it away anyway. That's the point, isn't it? That's the point. If people come and see you live, I'm gonna finish here. If people come and see you live, what's the Mari Dangerfield live experience like?
I would say quirky.
Quirky, good. I like that word.
A good variety, I would say.
Cool.
I try to curate an exciting evening. Yeah.
Do you do the banter? Do you do the banter as well?
I
You try to do the banter. Are you getting better at the banter? Is the banter the banter's coming? I mean, are you naturally a person that's got quite a lot of stories?
Sometimes, yeah.
It depends on the crowd.
A lot of the songs can have a good story behind them. I can't always tell the stories that the songs have behind them, but when I can, they're good stories.
Ah, there you go. And what makes a good crowd for you at a gig?
I think people that are excited to be there.
There's nothing worse, is there, than people that aren't excited to be at a
gig?
I
mean, obviously people that are excited to be there, but I don't know, just I like having friends there. I had some friends at my last show. I had a fan that had come from a long way at one show at one point, and another fan that had come as well for the first time. So it's nice having like a mixture of people that's just found you, people who've known you a long time, and them all coming together and kind of, I guess they find a friendship in that as well.
Yeah.
But it's still bizarre that people want to see me in a room for an hour performing anyway. So
it's not bizarre. It's just you know, it's just what it is. And you know, sometimes we just have to come to accept this for ourselves. I think that's one of the things that can be hardest for an artist is accepting that for themselves. You know, the people on the outside coming in, they totally understand it because they love what you're doing. They really enjoy your music. They enjoy the art. They enjoy the quite often they enjoy meeting with another group of people who all feel the same way about something as well. Yeah. And I think that's, you know, maybe that's the way to look at it. Artists need to start looking at it. It's like a big Zoom meeting, but in real life, you know?
Yeah.
And we've had so much Zoom and whatever over the last few years. We all now just really want to get back together with some real human beings again and enjoy that experience, enjoy that music.
Absolutely.
Mari, you've been absolute pleasure to have on.
Thank you.
Your album is going to be a great success. I know it is. I personally can't stop playing it. It's I enjoy it immensely because it makes me smile, and that's a rare gift in music. Sometimes we all want to put something on that makes us smile. Your music does make me smile, so thank you very much for that. This has been Mari Dangerfield on My Music. Do check out her music. Do go and give her some money so that she can continue to make this sort of music and carry on.
Thank you.
Until next time. Bye for now.
Thank you, Graham. See you.